Welcome back to Open Hand Farm. Today, I am so excited. I went through all of my seeds the other day and I had a lot of empty seed packets, or I had some that had like 3 or 4 seeds in them from 2019, which I have been using my 2019 seeds for 4 years now and they've done well. But I went through and found all my empty seed packets, and then I decided whether or not I wanted to plant them this year, and I reordered some new things as well as replacement packets for my old things that I love. So today my package came from Baker's Creek and I'm gonna show you what I got. All right, let's get it open. I love this package. On the back, it has seed pictures. They're so cool. Kind of like antique seed pictures. It would make a great decoupage thing. Oh my gosh, you guys. I'm just gonna dump them out. I haven't ordered this many since we moved here 4 years ago. How exciting. Okay, let's go through and I'll show you what I got. Basil, Emily basil. I've used that and I love it. It grows great. I'm gonna save that. That's something new. This is one of the tomatoes that I like to grow, Amish paste. And they are a paste tomato, but they're huge sometimes and they're very meaty inside. I love those. This cherry tomato has become my favorite. I've planted probably 8 different kinds in the past 4 years, probably more than that. And I planted these last year along with black cherries. I didn't like the black cherry. These are sweet and wonderful. Even before they're completely ripe, they're really sweet. So I had to get more of those. Let's see, gotta hide the new things. I don't know about you, but in the spring, I can never get broccoli to grow before it bolts because it gets so warm so fast. So instead, I usually plant broccoli rapini, and it has just these little bitty broccoli shoots, and the greens are good, the stems are tender and edible, so I needed more of that. I was kind of late in the game to the lettuce parade. I have never really grown leaf lettuces. I don't know why. I don't know. Last year I did, and they grew beautifully in my front beds. I grew some of this Outredgeous, and actually this one is a free seed. I did order some Outredgeous, which means I'll probably have 2 packets of them now. And it's so good and it grows beautifully and it's so pretty in a salad because it is red. So I'm gonna put that there. Green beans. I've got 2 kinds of green beans. And you'll notice that there's 2 bags of these. These are so good. But in reality, a lot of these don't make it into the house because I eat them raw off the plant. And I've taught my granddaughter to do the same thing. And if any kids come to visit, I encourage them to do the same. And they'll say, I don't like green beans. I'm like, just try it. So if they eat raw vegetables, they love them. They'll eat raw okra for me, raw green beans, they love them. So it's a fun thing. And I also wanted to try the contender green beans this year. So green beans are not new to me, but this one is. I've grown this before. I just decided to do it again this year. And these are both bush beans. More, nope, that's new. Paul Robeson. I love these things. Like I can just eat them like an apple. Of course, most tomatoes I can. And if you're a tomato lover, you know exactly what I'm talking about. This one has a beautiful dark reddish burgundy flesh, and it's a little compact, not as wet as some tomatoes, just so good. So I'll add that to my tomato list. This flower, I planted some last year. I am calling it Agastacia. I think that's the way you say it. If I'm saying it wrong, please let me know. But it is a type of hyssop. So it has the floral smell of black licorice, and I love them. I only had 2 plants last year because I wasn't sure what it was, but my seed packet got wet. So I had to get rid of it. So I'm gonna grow a lot more of these this year. They're a beautiful, just tall with these little bitty flower petal things on them, and the hummingbirds love them. So I'll probably put some up on my deck as well as in my garden. Oh, my other favorite tomato. So most of my tomatoes are going to be for canning. So paste tomatoes. Baker's Creek did not have the San Marzanos, so I had to order them from somewhere else. So I have San Marzanos coming also. But the 2 kinds that I just love to eat on sandwiches or eat them green as fried green tomatoes or make a green relish with are the Paul Robeson and the pineapple tomato. If you have never had the pineapple tomato, it is probably the sweetest tomato that I have ever had. And they are beautiful. They're yellow and then they get these orange stripes on them. They are so pretty. And they get, last year I had some get about this big. They're nice size. And now we have peppers. I love poblanos. I use them for a lot of different things. Last year I fire roasted some on the grill and then froze them. So I've been using them for different things. This year I want Mark to smoke some for me because I did have, the first time he used a smoker, I said, I've got a couple peppers. I'm just gonna throw them on there. They were so delicious. So now this year I want to smoke our peppers before I freeze them so that we can use them in some really yummy dishes. So there's the poblano. And I know, let me look here. Hold on. There it is. Okay. 2 types of jalapenos. If you've watched my video where we had so many jalapenos here that day that we processed, my friend David and Ricky Joe brought peppers over and made bread and butter jalapenos. Well, the trick to make them not so hot is that part of his jalapenos were Tam jalapenos, and it says a very tasty mild jalapeno type, the same delicious flavor but much less heat. I am not a heat person when it comes to peppers, so I decided we're gonna try these this year because I could see making stuffed smoked jalapeno peppers and eating them that just like I want them right now. But also I got some Nadapenos, which is love the flavor and crunch of jalapeno but can't take the heat. This truly heatless jalapeno is perfect with those with sensitivity or aversion to the heat of traditional jalapenos. So we have light heat and we have no heat. And I didn't buy any regular ones. So I guess if Mark wants some really hot ones, he'll have to buy them at the store or the farmer's market. I'm just not a good person, I guess. But there's our peppers so far. These are amazing. I planted 2 plants of these last year. I had read that if you plant your melons under your apple trees, it helps the melon and it helps the apple trees. So I planted 2 of these under my 6 apple trees. We probably had, I don't even know, probably 25 per plant. And they were so sweet and delicious, and they grew pretty quick because they're kind of a smaller cantaloupe, but they're so good. Actually, it was nice because you could just cut one in half for 2 people, or you could eat one yourself. Not that I know that from experience. But They're so good. So I got more of those. And I know what you're asking. Why didn't you save your seeds? That's a really good question. And this year, I plan on saving more seeds. That's something I am not good at. So this year, that's one of my challenges. Zinnias. We always need zinnias. And again, why didn't I save my seeds? You guys, I don't know. I just didn't. So we've got more flowers. And more of the Outredgeous. Oh, I called it Redrageous. I'm sorry. It's Outredgeous. And so I'm going to put that here. Oh, this one is not. Okay, so this one, the free one, is actually a Merlot, which means red. It's the darkest red lettuce in existence. Frilly leaf margins, crisp, waxy leaves, recommended as a cutting type for baby green production or cut and come again harvesting. Okay, that's Merlot. This is the Outredgeous. So it's a little bit different. Quite possibly the reddest lettuce. Okay, so please hold. The darkest red lettuce, the reddest lettuce, variety known. We'll see. It lends an outrageous red to salads and sandwiches. There you go. So those are my 2 lettuces so far. Here's another one. And this one is Henderson's black-seeded Simpson lettuce. So it's just a leaf lettuce that I wanted to try, a green leaf lettuce. So let me keep going to the lettuces. Parris Island, I know. I said I'd never plant lettuce leaves until last year. I have planted these. Leaf lettuce is what I had not planted. Okay, so the Parris Island, it's like these little romaine lettuce heads, and they're really good, really crispy and yummy. But I also got, let me find it. I also got, and have planted before, Tom Thumb lettuce. Now on here, they look like they're like this small. You guys, they're bigger. It looks like they've cut their leaves back or didn't let them grow as much. But this is more what they look like in this picture here. And they are like a little individual salad. Like if you were having a dinner party or something, these would be beautiful. Just cut the bottoms off, set them on a salad plate, drizzle your dressing. They're beautiful and so good. So I'm growing those again. Another pepper. Now this one is free. You get a free packet every so many packets you order. I'm not sure how that goes. This one, oh dear, you guys. I don't feel so bad for not getting the hot jalapeno now. This one is called a dattel pepper. It's blazing hot, blunt little 3.5-inch fruits, ripen to brilliant orange yellow, vicious heat, complex fruity flavor. I don't know how you would taste the fruity flavor with the complex vicious heat. I don't know if these are going to be planted. Maybe one plant, maybe one. I don't know. We'll add them here. Okay, another pepper, the orange bell pepper. Of course, you can also pick them green. You don't have to wait until they're orange. So I like to get these that will turn really nice colors. This is a very sweet, one of our most flavorful peppers, super sweet, brilliant orange fruit, blocky and good sized, large yields. Those were the words I was going for on this one. I did another pepper last year that is a giant yellow pepper, and I got 2 all year, 2. So I'm not planting those again. Actually, I planted them the year before and I got 1. I guess I doubled my harvest for a year. I'm hoping to get better results from this one. Okay, cucumbers. I love me some cucumbers. I did not have cucumbers last year. They would not grow. I don't understand why sometimes you get a good crop of something and sometimes you can't get any. I have grown cucumbers for 4 years. Last year, I could not grow them. If I had to depend on cucumbers for life, I would be dead. That's all there is to it. I love this Marketmore 76. It is prolific and grows great. So hopefully they're gonna grow great this year. I'm giving eggplant another try this year. This one is a lovely neon lavender pink fruit. It has a mild and sweet flesh and the skin is tender and not bitter. So I decided to give these a try. Sheridan, who is going to be my garden buddy, likes eggplants also. So we'll go ahead and do that. And again, this is something that I want to throw on the smoker to make baba ganoush. That sounds amazing. Baba ganoush and sourdough naan. Yes. Okay. Yes. All right. I have planted these before the first year we lived here. They did great. I mean, I had so many butternut squash. Also, interesting fact, butternut squash is one that is more resistant to squash vine borers. So I'm hoping that is true. Because the following 2 years that I planted them, I didn't get any. New items that I am trying. Okay, another pepper. I have had trouble. I have grown chocolate peppers. They've done great, but I just don't care as much for the flavor of them, and the skin, the flesh of them is like really thin. So you don't really get a lot of pepper. I tried to pickle them last year and it's like a non-existent piece of pickled pepper, but they're good. And I've also did a purple pepper and it was okay, but I didn't get a lot of them. So I decided to try some different sweet peppers this year. That's why I went with the orange one. And I'm also trying, I don't know how to say this, so I'm not gonna try. You can see it. It is amazingly fragrant Macedonian roasting pepper. And it's a stocky 2-inch plant covered in 6 to 7 inch rich red pods. So it will be a longer pepper, not a blocky pepper like the orange one. And here's another one that I'm trying that is also not a blocky pepper. And I can't say this one either. Oh wait, it tells me how to pronounce it. Okay, it's a Txorixero pepper. And it's a totally sweet frying pepper, a traditional variety of the Basque people. So it is thin-skinned, but excellent for fresh use, raw in salads or blistered on the grill. So I'm really excited to try these also. Now, cabbages. Like broccoli, I don't have a lot of luck with big, beautiful cabbages in the spring. I have grown them in the fall and they've done well. So I decided to try this smaller cabbage. It's an earlier cabbage and it will grow to a tender 3 to 4 pound pointed ox heart type head. Excellent for home or market. So that's what I'm gonna try because it does produce earlier. I'm also going to grow some Chinese cabbage. It's a Napa style. It's not called Napa, but it is. So it's a medium-sized barrel-shaped head that is great for kimchi. So I'd like to make some kimchi. So that's what I'm gonna try to grow and use this. Carrots. I have also been late to the carrot growing game. I grew carrots, well, I've tried to grow carrots a couple of times in the past 4 years. Last year, I grew carrots. We have some raised beds out in the front that are covered, and they grew like crazy. So I needed more carrot seeds. So I'm trying this one because my granddaughter loved the carrots and she loved pulling them and seeing what color they were. So I went ahead and am trying the Kyoto Red. It is a slender carrot that grows to 12 to 18 inches. Now, most of my other carrots are shorter. So these are supposed to be really sweet with exceptional texture. So I'm anxious to see how they grow and how my granddaughter likes them. And finally, I have grown beets the last 4 years. I love beets, but I have grown golden beets because you don't have the red mess of staining things, and they're just so good. I like them raw, and actually for the first time about a week ago, I roasted some. Oh my gosh, you guys, that was like a game changer. Like now I just want to buy beets all the time and roast them. They were so good. Now they took a lot longer than I thought they would, so you need to slice them fairly thin. But they were so good. I watched a video where somebody was planting beets and they were doing cylindrical beets. And they said that they were really great because then when you slice them, they're all more uniform shaped slices. So this year I am doing Cylindra beets. They're a cylindrical shaped beet with a cylinder shape for a more uniform slice. And they're nicknamed Butter Slicer for smooth textured, sweet, tender flesh. So I could see like just slicing these up for lunch, like eating them like a slice of cucumber and along with some cucumber or carrots or whatever. It sounds delicious. So I'm gonna give those a try this year too. Well, I think I have my work cut out for me. I am so excited that my onions have sprouted. My video came up Sunday and we planted them last Saturday. So they started sprouting in 6 days and it was supposed to be 7 to 14. So that was exciting. And it's gonna be time to start some of these very soon. So I'm really anxious to see how all of these will grow. And my goal this year is to have so much more harvest than I have had in the past. So hopefully I will reach that goal and keep track of my harvest because I haven't done a good job of that. You guys need to hold me accountable to get things weighed so that I know how much harvest I've had. Well, thanks so much for hanging out with me while I went through my Baker's Creek seed order. If you still need to order some seeds, I hope you saw something that looks appealing to you. And until next time, blessings on you and yours.